song here before, and I know you guys have heard it, but I feel like this song is one that I just open my heart to, and I'm vulnerable with in front of God, and I invite you to do the same today.
Are you hurting and broken within? Overwhelmed by the weight of your sin?
want to read to you. It's found in Luke 15, verse 4. So he told them the parable. What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he had lost one of them, does not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? And this next song we're going to sing just talks about how reckless God's love is for us, how much he loves us that he would do anything, like die on the cross for us.
be working with the kids. It's been tons of fun. We're using a curriculum called Gospel Project, and the thing that's really unique about Gospel Project is every story, you look at the Old Testament, every story we talk about in the New Testament, it all points to Jesus. And at Access Kids, we're all about Jesus, and we're all about the kids. And our goal at Access Kids is actually to provide a Jesus-centered, safe, and fun experience for the kids to come to know Jesus and also grow in Him. So we're super excited about that. And just in Access in general, we're all about who? About Jesus, right? So you get that. So if you know our mission statement, I want you to say it along with me, okay? Ready? Okay. So our mission statement here at Access is to inspire people to make Jesus the center of their lives. So that's pretty easy to remember. And at Access, there's actually 3 aspects that we like to focus on to how do we make Jesus the center of our lives. So those 3 things are through worship, through community, and through discipleship. And so with worship, we want to develop this lifestyle of worshiping Jesus, and we come together on Sundays. We call them our Access Sundays. And we're about ready to launch. Everybody knows that we're preparing, gearing up for our launch on September 8th. And it's just a great time where we can praise together, we can be inspired by the scriptures to really live out our faith. In community, what we mean, the second aspect is community. What we mean by that is that we can connect in community with other believers. And we do this at our Access communities. And we do that, we meet weekly where we study the Word, we break bread together, and we fellowship together. And discipleship, we really want to grow in our relationship with Jesus. And we can do this in smaller groups, discipleship groups, which we call Access circles. And these circles are usually no more than 5 people. Men are with men, women are with women. You go a little bit deeper in the Word and grow in discipleship. And if you want to get involved in an Access circle, you can do that. You can talk to your Access community leader, and they'll help you try to get connected into an Access circle. So just a few announcements. Like I mentioned, we're gearing up to September 8th. And so all of August, we're going to have our Access Practice Sundays, which is what we're doing. This is what we're doing today. And so the only Sunday we're not going to meet here is August 18th. And the reason why we're not going to meet here on August 18th is because Bay Area is going to officially commission us. So we asked all the core team members, anybody in Access, if you would join us that weekend. They're going to commission us at their Saturday service at 5:20 on August 17th, and all 3 services on August 18th. The 7:50 for your early risers, 9:20, and 11:20. And we do ask you to at least try to make the 9:20 and 11:20. They'll probably ask us to come up on stage and pray over us. Please wear your Access shirts so they can identify us. And then afterwards, after the 11:20 service, there's going to be a small reception. It might not be small. I don't know how big it's going to be. But a reception afterwards, and so people can find out information. So please do wear your shirt and then come to the reception, so if people have questions or they want to get involved in Access, they can do so. So throughout August, we really want to be praying. You know, each and every one of us, we have different spheres of influence. And there's non-believers in our workplace, at the community pool, that's my place, and at other places. And so we want to be praying for these people to come to know Jesus. And so we're encouraging all of you to pray and invite our friends. And we have invitation cards. If you need some more, you can grab some at the Connect table after the service. So now we're going to take our offering. I'm going to read a couple verses about our offering and then pray over our offering. So 2 Corinthians 9:7 says, "Each of you should give what you have decided to give in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver." 2 Corinthians 8:12 says, "For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what one does not have." So the ushers, I don't know, if you start up front, you can come up front and I'll pray over our offering, and then you can pass the baskets. Lord God, thank you so much that you are King, you are sovereign, and everything belongs to you. Thank you that you allow us to be stewards of your things, God. And I pray this offering, Lord, that it would be pleasing to you, Lord, that we would use these gifts to experience your kingdom. We ask that you would bless it in Jesus' name. Amen.
morning, everyone. How are you feeling this morning? Good. Feeling good? Excited? I don't know about you, but after that worship, wow. Thank you. Thank you to you guys. This is amazing. And really thank you to everyone that is out there serving in different ministries. What a beautiful opportunity is to just plant a church, start a church from scratch, where there's just this spirit of servanthood and just cause for the gospel is just beautiful. So for those who don't know me yet, my name is Jorge Solorzano. I get the humbling privilege to be the lead pastor of Access Church, the new church on the block in Annapolis. So we are very excited. As you know, we are preparing for launching our official Sunday services. We call them Access, as Sarah already explained. And that day is September 8th. We are ramping up. August is going to be an interesting month for all of us, because for the first time we're going to start having services every single Sunday, except for August 18th. And it's just really encouraging. At the same time, it could be scary. It could be scary. It could be many things. But here's one thing I want you to consider, and it's to change, to replace that sense of anxiety, which actually is what we're going to be talking about this morning, and replace it for a sense of excitement. Excitement instead of anxiety. And because here's the thing, I believe that on September 8th, symbolically speaking, a new season is going to be starting for all of our lives. A new season where we are going to perhaps recommit to make Jesus the center of our lives, the center of our marriages, the center of our finances, the center of our kids, the center of our dreams, our visions for the future. So I want you to get excited in that direction. Now, this mission that is starting on September 8th could also be compared to a race. A race that we're all going to be running. And right now, I want you to imagine that race is about to start. And we're all on the line, getting ready for the race. And that's why the theme of our series, the month of August, is going to be that, on the line. And if you have seen the promo already, we're going to be talking about three things. Three things you do when you're actually on the race. The saying, right? Ready, set, go. Those are going to be our topics for the month of August. Now, let's get into it. What are some things that we need to do when we are preparing for a race? Help me out. What are some things you need to do to get ready for the race? We need to train.
Stretch.
We need to stretch, the calisthenics we talked about last Access Sunday. What else? We need to hydrate, right? We need to sleep well. We need to eat well, right? And all these things, that I want to suggest to you that can be summarized into two simple actions and crucial actions that we need to do when preparing for a race. Number one is to get lighter. And number two is to get stronger. As simple as that. before we continue, could someone turn on the lights back there? Just to thank you. The middle one, I think. There we go. Thank you so much just for you to be able to read your Bible. We're going to read a lot of Bible this morning again. So get ready. So we need to get lighter and we need to get stronger. And, this is just a basic principle of aerodynamics. People that build planes know this, right? How do you put that big machine out on the sky? Simple. They work, they make sure that the body of the plane is light enough, and that the engines, the turbines, right, are strong enough. And when they find this balance, this perfect combination between light enough and strong enough, then boom, magic happens, right? These big beasts gets up on the air. Unbelievable. It is very simple, but it's very deep at the same time. And this, is a very powerful spiritual principle as well for you and for us to meditate on. And it's the principle Jesus is about to teach us in the passages we're going to be meditating this morning. Jesus is about to teach us that in order to run the race of life successfully, according to His will for each and every one of our lives, there are some things we need to stop carrying in order to become lighter, and there are some things we must start doing in order to become stronger. This is what Jesus is going to be telling us this morning. Now, what we are going to do is this morning, we're going to focus our study on how to get lighter. And next Sunday, we're going to focus on how to get stronger. Does that sound like a plan? Let's do this. Let's pray first. Jesus, thank you. Thank you for your word. Thank you for the privilege you give us to be a part of this amazing race in our lives, to establish your kingdom on earth, to spread the gospel throughout the nations, and make disciples for your glory. Lord, I pray that you would encourage us this morning through your word. I pray that you would give me grace to declare it clearly as I should. We pray this in your mighty and powerful name. Amen. Good. So, getting lighter. How do we get lighter? Well, let's start by saying that, talking about the importance the Bible presents, when it comes to, the need to get lighter in order to run the race successfully. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 says, this is Apostle Paul. He says, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight. You see, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely. And let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith. You see what Paul is saying? You need to get lighter. You need to put weight aside in order to run with endurance the race that is set before us. And the key, he says, is to keep our eyes looking to Jesus. I like other versions say, to fix our eyes on Jesus. And that's actually the expression I would like to start using from this point on. To fix our eyes on Jesus is the key. Now, to kind of have an example of real life, how this works, how can we become lighter, we're going to make a quick reference to our passage from our last Access Sunday. Do you remember, we've been meditating on Luke chapter 9, verses 1 to 6. And last Axis Sunday, we talked about the importance of, this passage in terms of, Jesus is preparing his disciples for the mission, for the race. He's not yet commissioning them to the real game, to the real mission. He's just, putting together a little practice run, right? And he is telling them, about some things they need to bring with them, and also some things that they are not to bring with them. So last practice Sunday, we talked about the things we are to bring with us. Do you remember? Basically, he's saying our IDs and our faith, nothing else. Now, this morning we're gonna talk about the things Jesus is telling them about the things that we are not to bring with us. That's going to be the focus of these studies this morning. So go with me to Luke chapter 9, verses 3 to 5. This is going to be a real life example from the Bible. And it goes like this. And he said to them, "Take nothing for the journey. No staff, no bag, nor bread, nor money. And do not have 2 tunics. And whatever house you enter, stay there. And from there depart." Verse 5. "And wherever they do not receive you, when you leave that town, shake off the dust from your feet as a testimony against them." A few things I want to call your attention to is this. The wording that Jesus is using here is very interesting. He uses words like bring nothing, and whatever house you enter, stay there and depart from there. And wherever they don't receive you, shake the dust off your feet. He uses those words, right? Nothing, whatever, wherever. These are words that basically Jesus is using to communicate that he wants them to travel light. He's keeping things loose intentionally for his disciples, because Jesus wants his disciples to learn this powerful principle. Jesus wants his disciples to stop, to learn that for this mission, for this race, they need to stop carrying some things they have been carrying for a long time. Perhaps things that you and I have been carrying for a long time also. And I want to suggest that as a way to summarize what Jesus is trying to communicate by saying no staff, no bag, no bread, no money, no tunics, and whatever and wherever, what he's trying to say is that the 2 things they need to put down, the 2 things they need to stop carrying are these. Are you ready? Fear and anxiety. This is a very sensitive topic, especially in this time and age, especially in the United States of America and in the Western Hemisphere. The United States Association of Depression says that there's around 40 billion people million people in the United States that deal with any type of anxiety disorder. Just to give you a comparison, in Latin America, the percentage of people dealing with these same type of things is 5%. In the United States, that 40 million people equals almost 20% of the population in this country.